All right, problem number 5. Once again, it is a proof, okay? We're given just 4 coordinates. They want us to prove that ABC is a parallelogram. Well, to do that, we've got 3 methods. Show that both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, right? Or we could do the same thing except show that the opposite sides are congruent, or like the other 2 problems that we're doing, show that the diagonals bisect each other. But we have an additional thing we have to do. Not only to keep parallelogram, it's not a rectangle, right? To remind us, a rectangle is a parallelogram where consecutive sides meet at a 90-degree angle. So we want to show that this doesn't happen. So to show that things meet at a 90-degree angle, you look at slope. So I'm going to kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm going to prove that this thing is a parallelogram by looking at slope. And then I'm going to use those same calculations to show that it's not a rectangle. If I were to use any of the other ones, I would, at the very least, I'd have to come back and calculate the slope of AB and the slope of AD and show that they're not negative reciprocals, that they're not perpendicular. So instead of doing multiple calculations, different ones, I'm just going to start with slope and do it that way, okay? So I'm going to draw the diagram that I want. And I'm trying to prove a parallelogram, and its name is A, B, C, and D. And my method is going to be slope. I'm going to show that opposite sides are parallel, right? So I'm going to show, I'm going to calculate that one first. Is, right, the change in y over the change in x. I'm going to have a fraction and subtraction. And in the numerator, I'm going to do and then the denominator, I should expect to get the same thing for the slope of CD. Because they're opposite, right? They're opposite one another. They must be parallel. They must have the same slope. The slope of, I just immediately looked at my diagram. That's why I do a slope calculation. And of my and then my 4 minus 4. Well, negative. And then we're doing 4 plus 4. That's they are in fact equal. They are in fact parallel. That's one of our pairs. That's one of them knocked out. We got to do the others. So BC and AD now. I'll do them. AC is going to be, let's see, uh, it's going to be 5 minus 4. That's going to give us 5 over 2. Also going to do the slope of, so I've done that one. AD now. AD. Slope calculation. So 3 and a 2, 4 minus 4 and a minus 2. That's going to turn into a positive. So we'll have minus 5 over minus 2, which simplifies to 5 over 2. And if you look at them, they are in fact equal. They are in fact parallel. So I have accomplished my goal of proving that it's parallel. I have all the calculations that I need a rectangle. All right? Because if it's not a rectangle, this won't. It won't be a 90-degree angle. And the way I'm going to show that is, I'm simply going to multiply the slope of AB, the slope of AB, and AD. All right? Let's do that. Let's do the slope of AB times the slope of, all right? Well, it's going to equal slope of AB and the slope of AB was 5 over 2. That's 15 over 10. Does that number equal -1? It does not. Remember, if two lines or sides are perpendicular, when you multiply their slopes, you'll always get -1. This is the way we're going to show them that they're not negative reciprocals, and therefore not perpendicular. So that's all my calculations showing, and all my calculations labeled. Now I just need to write up my proof. You have the paper in front of you, so you take a look at it while I'm writing this. I'm going to restate what they asked me to prove and do it one piece at a time. Quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. I'm going to deal with that one first. I'm going to break it up into two sections because, well, we use the slope method, right? So restate my method. Quadrilateral or ABCD is a parallelogram because both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. That's not how I know. They have equal slopes. Okay? That's the first part knocked down. The second part of the proof was quadrilateral ABCD is not a rectangle because consecutive sides are not perpendicular since their slopes are not negative reciprocals. There's a couple different ways you could have phrased that, and then this is just one way. I encourage you, if you have something else, share it with another classmate and see what they say. See if they give you the stamp of approval. All right, thank you.